Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing another Total War video, but I'm going to be looking at a 2 vs 2 siege battle that I did last night with me and my friend Rurik. We did this actually on the stream, but I thought I'd come back and actually do a proper video on it because the siege was that awesome. We were both Empire. We were defending actually in the siege. We were against Orcs and Dwarves. But the siege itself was so amazing because we were on the brink of losing and they were about to win, and we managed to rout their entire army. So I thought I'd just make a video showing you the actual siege itself, get some pretty cool action shots, go through it and try and give you some commentary and stuff, what was happening and all that jazz. So let's jump in and let's get started. Right, so as you can see here, they were very heavy on this left side of the map. So our initial plan was to just put basically all the elite units we had, like all the halberds and great swords, up on the wall on this on our right side, their left side. So that was the plan. We had no range really units on this bit of the wall. It was just more or less just pure infantry. The range units were just at the front of the gate because, as you can see down here, they do have giants, some siege rams. The orc force actually was hid. More his well, he hid I think all his army by the towers actually in the forest, and you can see his giants coming forward now. So that's why we put all like the shooting units just above the gate, just so they could do some damage to them and just them alone. As you can see now, some of the towers are going. One of the problems we encountered is that since we had no air units, no range units on this wall here, these gyrocopters were such a pain. They were doing so much damage to our guys, and we had nothing to counter them. We had these artillery units at the back here, some mortars Rurik brought, but nothing to take down their actual air units. So that was a pain. We're hoping just for them to get on the wall so we can bleed them as fast as we could. As you can see here, Karl Franz is coming down just to assist, but that's the only air. I think that's the only air unit we had. Bar, I did bring a wizard, an amber wizard, and he can summon a Terrorgeist, and I do summon that later on in the game when they actually do manage to break down the gate. But bar from that, we had no really air units at all to counter their air units, so it was kind of tricky. As you can see now, look, they're breaching the walls here, which was so cool. I love all these sieges when they actually hit the walls and stuff and they all start coming out. It's such a visually stunning appearance. As you can see now here, Karl Franz fighting these gyrocopters. They were such a pain. Next time I think I'll bring some more range just to counter stuff like this, because that was a huge pain. As we fought, all the dwarfs, all their big units are out on the wall now, so everything we expected from the dwarfs happened. They put all their elite units on the wall against our elite units, so from there on it was just basically a scrap, to be fair. It was just a complete melee scrap. I got my halberds at the back here. I must have not noticed them. As if you hit on the wall, I'm probably concentrating on something else. But I think I'd turn them round in a second and get them into the fight. More units on the wall here. But as you can see here now, look, they are coming through the gate. You got the two giants. Jesus, two giants coming through this gate. I only thought they had one. So we got two giants coming through the gate here. You got Rurik's crossbowmen at the back. He's actually shooting up onto the wall, putting some damage on the orcs that are breaching through there. And there goes the door. The door is live. I've got my rifle guys here. As soon as they were going to come through the door, I was going to just shoot them straight away. You can see the spells he's doing, look, really messing up my range units. Such a pain. That wasn't going to stop me. We were here to purge them filthy giants. Here goes my amber wizard spell to shoot one of them. Shot him in the knee. Amber bolt to the knee. I was actually kind of surprised he didn't push them through, because look, they're just getting absolutely pelted at the moment. Look at all the stuff they're just getting. That's a lot of damage they're taking. Oh, I think they're falling back now. One of them's falling back anyway. Oh, one's coming through now. Here he comes, here he comes. Nope, there he goes. Has he got to go? I think he's got to go. One of them does die, but I don't know if it's here or not. That was a smash. There he goes. Down he goes. So there's one giant down. As you can see here now, we managed to deal with the orcs on the left. They only got 2 towers to the wall on this left side. So all the infantry I had on this left side, I started to push in towards this right side now, because that's where all the units were. You see Carl Franz up on the wall fighting the orc warlord here now. Yeah, this right-hand wall was just everything. It was just a complete purge. The dwarves here now knocking my troops back. You can see they're getting the upper hand over here. This is when things start to go a bit bad for us now, because this entire flank starts to fold in a minute, and I was really panicking. I was like, oh god, what are we going to do? Luckily enough, we have some Griffin Riders at the back down here. These were going to be our shock troops, so if anything did breach, we were just going to throw them in, smash them in straight away. My Bright Wizard has got this pretty cool ability where it gives you, I think it's 22% damage buff. So we were waiting for the right time to put that damage buff on those Griffin Knights and just send them into the fray. As you can see now, look, some of the army's actually falling back in here, so now they're retreating back a bit. We've still got the shooters down here, the riflemen shooting at the air units. I did try and shoot that thing when it come a bit close, but it did fly off. The player knew what was going to happen, so we retreat that guy back. And here comes more or less the big force of the orcs now coming through that main gate. He's got the big orc boys and stuff like that. I did manage to put this damage buff on him with my Amber Wizard, which does do a lot of damage. That spell is pretty good. It's really, really good in big groups of people as well. So, you know, people like orcs and all these undead and stuff. It's really, really helpful. And there goes the other giant. The giant is down. He is dead. For the glory of Sigmar. And here comes the orcs. The orcs are smashing through. This is where we start. Well, we had the orcs going through here, and now the dwarves start to get their way up on the wall. So 2 fronts open up now inside, which gets a little bit tricky. As you can see, we still got the bloody air units giving us trouble. Luckily enough, Rurik saw him and he started putting his crossbowmen on them. But yeah, they was causing us so much trouble the entire match. So much trouble. I wish I'd brought more range units for these kind of things, because as you can see, look, they're actually just there's no one really opposing by them crossbowmen, and they're not really doing that much damage because they're armoured. So it's a bit of a pain. Right, let's move back down here, because this is where all the fun's beginning. Here we go. There's my Terrorgeist. I summon my Terrorgeist with my Amber Wizard, and I put him straight in the middle of the fray now. As you can see, I got my damage buff going back on the orcs again. Terrorgeist is going in. That's an amazing ability, by the way, on the Amber Wizard, to summon one of them. That can really change the outcome of the battle. And there goes the orcs. They're starting to rout a bit now at the front. The Terrorgeist is doing his job. Just absolutely killing everything in sight. I think the orcs are rallying back again, actually. There goes one of them. Ooh, I love this Blood and Gore DLC as well. I absolutely love it. It's so cool. I love just all the blood splatter and the blood just smashing everywhere, especially when giants hit their enemies. It just splatters them everywhere. That is an amazing feeling. And here comes the dwarves now down the flank. The dwarves are coming down. Stunties, as the orcs would say, are coming down. So this is when we get the 2 fronts going on us. I've tried to rally some of the guys now, but these guys they can hit so hard and they're so protected. They are such a pain to deal with. Let's go all around, you know, hit hard. They can take the hits. As you can see, we've still got the shock troops back in reserve, just waiting for our lines to break so we can send them in and cause the maximum damage. I changed my my musket guys to start firing at the gyrocopters now from this range. They are in range now, and they have got armor-piercing bullets. There goes one right down, blown up. Let's see if I can get some shots over this. Okay, there goes another one. Hit the deck. Oh, we've got a Terrorgeist on there as well, so the Terrorgeist is causing some damage to him as well. Here we go. Another magic debuff on that wall to cause some AoE damage to the big groups. Oh, but they're actually shooting my Terrorgeist now. I never saw that actually in the battle while I moved him back. So yeah, we're dealing with the units now. As you can see, the mortars as well. Rurik had some mortars set up on the other side of the castle. You can see the mortars coming down and hitting these guys up on the wall, which was a big help as well, because it did do a lot of damage to them. my Terrorgeist? My Terrorgeist is in the mix now. As you can see, the Ulrich, the Kingslayer down there, the hero unit. He is up in the fight, causing as much damage as he can. That guy can really, really do some damage, by the way. No one's ever played him before. He's an amazing hero unit. As you can see now, some of the units are routing a bit. We were quite lucky because they only routed back to where the range were. And there go the shock troops in. Shock troops are in on the orcs at the front to cause some damage. As you can see, look, the boar boys now falling backwards. Those Griffin Knights are just completely just amazing. They can go in and wreck anyone's day. I think Rurik pulls them back now, back into position. I'm pulling my muskets back just to start shooting at these dwarves that are breaking through on this right flank. We're holding them at bay here, the orcs and the dwarves, and the artillery is firing down and actually hitting on them as well. So we're trying to create a kill box with the range and infantry units, which works out pretty well, but they're so close to routing these guys. They're absolutely so close to routing. It was, I really cannot believe that they held that position against the foes they were against as well. It was absolutely incredible what they did. Here comes a magic debuff on them. Right? No, is it not? No, it's not. It's the Terrorgeist. No, it's not the Terrorgeist. It's my mistake. It's the Warboss. I think he's running from battle. I think he's retreated. Here comes the rest of the dwarves through the main gate. I think these are the artillery units. Are they not? I think they are. Yeah, look, here come some of the cannons. He's trying to bring some of these cannons forward. I'm waiting for the charge now, because I think the charge is coming up where I put the buff on the Griffin Knights with a 22% damage, and we send them in here, and it absolutely obliterates that right flank. As you can see, the artillery coming down again, doing what it's supposed to do, hitting them. Big nice splash there. They've got some great swords going into battle. But as you can see, look, the flank is folding. It's just two units, great sword and some spearmen. That's all that's holding it here. And and these spearmen at the gate over here. That's it. Look how much is here. We were basically about to fold, because look, everything is just range. We have some spearmen rallying and stuff like that, but it's mostly range here, and that's not going to stop, a melee-orientated army charging to you. I have my captain over here holding the front line. He was giving buffs and stuff to these squads over here while just remaining out, because I didn't want him to die, because if he did die, then my army, that was it. They would absolutely rout. So there's some buffs on the Griffin Knights. Now, I'm waiting for the push. The push should happen any time now.
My Sigmar! They come from behind!
As you see, some of the dwarfs are routing there. I think we've got some orcs. These orcs are routing over here as well. Look, there's not a lot of guys there compared to all these orcs here. There's not a lot. Look, you've got the dwarf crossbowmen on top of the wall as well shooting down. There goes my debuff on him now. Goes my debuff on him, and I think the charge is about to happen now, because I put a debuff on him just to scare him away. Then there goes the buff on him now on the Griffin Knights, and he sends them in. And that was like the Rohirrim charge into the fray at Helm's Deep. Look, it's just bang, bang, bang. All the damage buffs they've got on them now. They do damage anyway, but with that 22% damage buff, it's more or less game over when you come against these things now. And here we go, we send the rest of the army in now. It's like the last charge of going in. This orc's got to have a bad day. He came to the wrong neighbourhood. Oh, there goes his head. Off with his head. Beast. Look at the kill box around here. Look how many dead bodies there are on the ground. That is absolutely incredible. Look at all the blood and all the gore over here. All the dwarves, orcs slain. Look at the walls. The walls are just littered with dead bodies. What an amazing siege. This was I think this was my best siege yet, 'cause it was so close to losing, but we just pulled it back just in the right time. Yeah, it was an incredible siege. The giant bodies there. And it's still not over, They did rally back at the gate, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. All their troops were lost. Plus added to all the units we had in reserve here and stuff like that. It was game over. those Griffin Knights, I think it's all down to the Knights. The Griffin Knights saved us. If we didn't have them, I think the flank would have folded, and we would have lost. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that replay of the battle I had last night. I'm thinking of doing more of these because I've got so many cool save battles and stuff like that. And if you guys enjoy them, just let me know in the comments and I'll do more. So thanks for watching. Have a nice day, and yeah, have a good weekend. See you in a bit, guys. Have a good one. Bye bye.